That's right, everyone. Welcome to Friday Eve. I'm Shannon Curtis.
And I'm Tim Pham. We like to celebrate Friday Eve because we are one day closer to the weekend. It's a big weekend, Thomas. We're going to be springing forward.
That's right, and that does mean that our sunsets will get much later, but we will have to trade an hour of daylight in the morning hours. So while sunrise was at about 6:15, it'll be closer to about 7:10. Early next week. But it is cold out there this morning. Just a reminder that it feels kind of winter-like out there. We're getting reports of temperatures in the single digits between St. Mary's and also near Athol for this morning. So third straight day where we've had at least one temperature reading in the single digits. Clear skies at night will do that to you, but at least we have all that sunshine to work with right now, and it will be a completely sunny day ahead.
New for you this morning, Bryan Kohberger is appealing to the Idaho Supreme Court. He's the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students in 2022. Newly released court records show he is appealing a judge's decision not to throw out the grand jury indictment against him. Kohberger and his defense team claim that there were numerous issues with the grand jury that indicted him for the murders. The prosecution filed an objection to this appeal.
We're just waiting to hear from the Supreme Court. I can tell you there's no deadline in the rule for them. They didn't include a deadline for themselves. And in my experience, it can take anywhere from a couple weeks to a month or so. So at this point, we're just waiting to hear.
There are worries that this appeal could further delay the trial, which actually has not been scheduled yet. Kohberger will be back in court in April for his request to move the trial out of Latah County.
President Biden is getting ready to deliver the annual State of the Union address tonight.
The White House says he's expected to focus on building on some of his previous achievements. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has more on what to expect tonight from Capitol Hill.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Tonight, President Biden will deliver his third State of the Union address to the American people and a divided Congress, just months before the next presidential election.
You will hear the president lay out the historic achievements he has delivered on for the American people and his vision for the future.
According to the White House, the president plans to push Congress to take action on lowering prescription drug costs and to extend the $2,000 out-of-pocket drug cost cap that currently applies only to seniors, to all Americans with private insurance. He'll also focus on other aspects of health care, including mental health and reproductive rights.
President Biden is defending reproductive rights, fighting for a national law that would restore Roe's protections.
Additionally, the president will be greeted tonight by a new Republican House Speaker, Louisiana's Mike Johnson.
The two have recently clashed over several major issues, including border security and funding for Ukraine.
President Biden is going to try to suggest that the State of the Union is strong, but of course the State of the Union is not strong.
Alabama Senator Katie Britt will give the official Republican response. The president's likely 2024 GOP rival, former President Trump, also says he'll do a live play-by-play of the address on social media. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Biden's third State of the Union address will air uninterrupted right here on KREM 2 starting at 6 p.m. You can watch it on air and online.
Taking a look at what's trending this morning, today the U.S. House Energy and Commerce Committee is reviewing a new bill that requires TikTok to separate itself from its Chinese-based owner, ByteDance. It would also give the president the power to ban the app in the U.S. Lawmakers have long expressed concerns about the national security risks of TikTok. They fear users' personal information could fall into the wrong hands. But business owners who use the app to advertise say that they worry about a world without the platform.
It wouldn't kill us tomorrow, but TikTok as a platform has represented a very kind of meaningful and new way that we reach consumers.
Legal experts say a ban on TikTok would likely lead to legal challenges. In 2020, a judge blocked a ban by the Trump administration. Now, there is more to this story. A similar bill was passed in Montana last year that would have banned the use of TikTok across the state. The Montana governor signed the bill outlawing the app. It was set to take place at the beginning of this year, but in December, a federal judge ruled that Montana could not enforce that law. That judge said the ban oversteps state power and infringes on the constitutional right of users and businesses. Tech experts also say app stores don't currently have the ability to block downloads on a state-by-state basis. For someone on a fixed income, keeping up with rising prices is still a challenge. So when a viewer got a phone call that seemed too good to be true, he asked our Verify team whether he should be suspicious. So our Tim fam, of course, went to the sources to answer this question. Tim?
Well, KREM 2 viewer Kenneth told us, I received a call from someone stating I was eligible for up to an additional $3,600 in Social Security benefits. If this is true, why hasn't Social Security Administration notified me in a letter I was eligible for additional benefits? So let's verify. Our sources are the Social Security Administration, Federal Trade Commission, and Credit Monitoring Service, Experian. They all agree Kenneth was the target of a scam. Social Security offers cost of living adjustments every year, but you don't have to do anything to get it. The Social Security Administration's Inspector General wrote a report in 2022 warning about phone calls like that one. It said scammers pose as government officials to trick you into giving up your personal information so they can steal your identity. And all three of our sources say the real Social Security Administration won't call you, text you, or contact you by social media to ask for your personal information. So if you get a call telling you that you could get thousands in enhanced Social Security benefits, we can verify that is not true. If you have something you'd like me to verify, you can send us an email at verify@krem.com. It's also there at the bottom of your screen.
At 7:07 this morning, our temperatures still remain cold right now, even though we've gotten about an hour of sunshine already. Still 20s and teens for most locations in the inland Northwest. But that sunshine is going to warm us up from here on out. Just still a little bit of lingering frost due to those cold temperatures. Look at your day planner as we're up to 38 by the lunch hour today. Still mostly sunny then, and we'll get us into the low 40s for this afternoon. We'll take a snapshot at the 7-day forecast. Great finish to this week and lots of sunshine today and tomorrow. The weekend, however, plenty of rain chances beginning Saturday evening. And coming up, I'll detail just when that is set to arrive and what any snow chances could look like heading into next week.